welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. And welcome back, people. Welcome to the best day of the week. Yes, it's Friday. Friday, fabulous Friday, and here we all are once again. You lot over there on the other side of the screen, and me over here, where you can see me dancing about like someone who's extremely glad that it's Friday. Yes, people, that's the truth. It's Friday, and that's wonderful. So, as we all know, we need to give Friday a few more hours to let it develop, mature, grow into Friday. And that means that we've got plenty of time to get through today's lesson and still have enough time to get ready for this evening. We'll still have enough time to get ready to greet Friday when it's ready for us. All right, in that case, presumably, you're all ready. Presumably, you're all sitting down comfortably with something to drink close to hand. Okay then, in that case, let's make a start. All right, so back to the boys in the band. Bonio, the side, Dave the bass player, and Larry the lamb. Okay, boys, so you're all here and we're all here. So, okay, now, Bonio, the last time we heard you, you were wailing on about getting burnt by something, and I'm not really sure which past tense of the verb to burn you boys prefer. But, as I said yesterday, both burned, B-U-R-N-E-D, and the British favourite, burnt, B-U-R-N-T, are both okay. So, Joan of Arc doesn't confuse us. All right, so you've kissed the honey lips, very sweet, and you felt the healing fingertips. Yeah, that's nice. And then you changed tense, didn't you? Yes, then you gave specific information relating to a definite point in the past, and that means that you can't use the present perfect anymore. But don't worry about that for the moment, kids. We'll deal with that after we've finished the song. Next week, probably. Okay, so back to Bonio. So, you've written these two sentences backwards for some strange reason. Oh, hang on. Were you being artistic? Is that it? It is, isn't it? Yes, you were being all poetic and stuff. Okay, I get it now. You, Liberace, Beethoven, and Michelangelo, like 4 peas in a pod. All right, so the thing that burnt you, this burning desire, this burning feeling of want, this intense, passionate yearning, this wish, this longing for something, that's what burnt you, isn't it? Yes. So, this passionate want burnt you. Is that correct? I reckon it is. Okay, well, on you go then. We're all waiting. All right, well, can I just say something? Yes, well, I don't want to criticize or anything, but you are aware that you made rather a large error in that bit, aren't you? Yes, I mean, perhaps it's not as serious as the mistake that Lenny made, but, well, it's pretty close. It's a serious mistake. If this was a test, you'd fail. I reckon everyone at home knows what I'm talking about. Yes, you've made a mistake with the grammar of the present perfect. Now tell me, Bonio, how do we form the present perfect simple tense? Yes, that's right. Think about a positive sentence in the present perfect. What do we need? Okay. We start with a subject. Good. Then what? Okay. Then we need the properly conjugated form of the verb to have, the verb we use as the auxiliary to make the present perfect. Good. Now follow me like a hawk. Now, what comes next? Yes, that's right. The past participle form of the main verb. That's right, the third form. Good. Now stay with me. What are the 3 forms of the verb to speak? Speak, spoke, spoken. Yes. Can you see where you've made your mistake? Yep, that's it. You've used the past simple form, spoke, instead of the past participle, spoken. Silly boy. Oh well. I suppose we can just tell people that you were being artistic, can't we? I mean, someone might believe it. thousands wouldn't, and I count myself in that group, but, well, someone's bound to believe it. Well, at least we can hope that someone believes it. What do you think, Bonio?
Cuddly toy. Blue hat. Large, extraordinary shoes.
Okay. Well, that's nice, I suppose. I tell you what, why don't we just move on, eh? How about that? Would that be a good idea? I think that's probably the best idea. Let's just move on. Yes. Yes, let your music do the talking for you, okay? All right. All right, let's get on with things. Quickly now, let's get back to the song. So, ignoring Bonio's huge mistake with the wrong form for the present perfect, honestly. Using the past simple form instead of the past participle. Anyway, ignoring that, let's have a look at the next line. I have held hand of the devil. Well, at least he got the form of the tense right this time. Subject, correctly conjugated form of have, and the past participle of the verb to hold, held, held. Although, because the past participle and the past simple form are the same, maybe this is just a fluke. Maybe this is a lucky accident. Oh well. I suppose we can give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll decide to believe him, even if it's not too clear that he did know what he was doing. All right, so he held the hand of the devil. That's a fairly strange thing to do, but, well, maybe this is normal for Bonio and other rock stars. I don't know. All I know is that I've never held the hand of the devil, but then again, I'm not a rock star, and that might explain it. Okay, and what about the next couple of lines? It was warm in the night, I was cold as the stone. Yes, well, that seems, what, logical? No? Yes, the devil lives in the fiery pit of hell, where everything is on fire all of the time, which, let's face it, must make it pretty difficult. I mean, how can you read a newspaper? You can't, obviously. How can you watch telly? Again, you can't. The TV just gets burnt like everything else. Sit down on a comfy sofa with a nice cool drink and relax? I don't think so, matey. The sofa's on fire, the drink's boiling, and now even the glass has caught fire. And it's hard to relax when you're on fire. So, back to the lyrics. The devil's hand was warm in the night. Wow, that's probably a bit of an understatement, isn't it, Bonio? Isn't it more likely that the devil's hand was blinking hot, seeing as he lives in a place which is on fire all the time? Maybe Bonio was wearing thick gloves. That would explain why he thought the devil's hand was just warm. Maybe. Well, now we've discovered why Bonio wanted to hold the devil's hand. He, Bonio that is, was as cold as the stone. Okay, well, I would have turned the heating on, but Bonio decided to try a new way of keeping warm. He held the hand of the devil. Saves money, I suppose. Okay, but did that help Bonio? No, it didn't, did it? He still says that he still hasn't found what he's looking for. So he wasn't looking for the devil, and he wasn't looking for a way to warm up without turning the heating on. I must admit, I don't know what he's looking for, and I'm not sure that he does either. Oh well, never mind. What's next? Okay, so now we're starting to learn a little bit more about what Bonio believes. He believes in the kingdom come. And what does this mean? Well, the kingdom come comes from the line in the Lord's Prayer, thy kingdom come. And what does it mean? It means heaven. It means the kingdom of God. So all that Bonio is saying here is that he's a Christian. He believes in God and heaven, that's all. But the next line's a bit cryptic. All the colors will bleed into one. Now we know the verb to bleed. When blood comes out of our bodies, we say that we're bleeding. All right, the blood doesn't have to come out of our bodies, that's true. We could have internal bleeding when we're bleeding inside our bodies. Think of it like this. Blood is meant to be in our veins and arteries, circulating around the system of motorways and main roads inside our bodies, the arteries and veins. If one of these arteries or veins becomes damaged, if there's a hole in it, for example, then the blood gets out and that's when we bleed. Okay, so you cut me, I bleed. I shave, I normally cut myself, and then I bleed. All right, but here, Bonio's talking about colours bleeding, and that's an idea we normally see with clothes. If you put a dark blue t-shirt into your washing machine with a load of other white clothes, it's quite possible that some of the colour from the blue t-shirt will bleed into the wash, and so your white clothes will be a little bit blue. When we use the idea of bleed with colours, we're just saying that one colour flows into another colour and they mix. So Bonio thinks that we'll all become one when we die. Okay, if you say so. But once again, he reminds us that he still hasn't found what he's looking for because, as he said, he's still running, present continuous, talking about what he's doing now or around now. It's not over. He's still running. He hasn't reached the finish line. He hasn't found what he's looking for. He still doesn't know where his car keys are. All right, what now? Well, now things continue in the biblical vein, in the biblical mood. Okay, so you broke the bonds, past simple. He doesn't identify who he's talking about, but we know that this person broke the bonds. And what are bonds? Well, a few lessons ago we talked about my word being my bond, being my guarantee, but this is a little bit different. Here, bonds are ropes and chains, things like that, things we use to hold people prisoner. And according to Bonio, this person broke the bonds, this person broke the chains and rope that were holding them prisoner. Great! And what else did they do? Well, after breaking the bonds, they loosed the chains. Okay, well, we know what chains are. They're links of metal connected together to make a sort of flexible metal rope, which is difficult to break. And this person loosed the chains. Well, it's not a common verb. We normally use the verb to loosen, but there is a slight difference. If I loosen something, then I make it less tight. If my shoelaces are tight, my feet hurt. So I can loosen my shoelaces. I make them less tight. If I loose something, I normally untie or undo, or I make it loose. I make it less tight. So this person broke the bonds, broke the ropes which were restraining them, and then they undid the chains. Blimey! And then what did they do? They carried the cross of Bonio's shame. Well, that's nice. So, what's shame? Well, shame is the painful feeling we feel when we realise that we've behaved badly. When you tell your dog, "Bad dog," you're communicating the idea that your dog should feel shame for what it did. It's another question whether dogs do actually understand shame, but that's a different philosophical question. All right, so this person broke the bonds, loosed the chains, and then carried Bono's cross. He's talking about Jesus, isn't he? I think he is. And that means that the song isn't about Bonio being with us. The song is a religious song. It's all about Bonio talking about wanting to be closer to God. But he's not sure how to do it. He still hasn't found what he's looking for. Well, Bonio may not have found what he's looking for, but we all know what we're looking for, don't we? Yes, that's right. We're looking for Friday, and it's getting closer. So it's time for us to part, and soon it'll be time for us to hit the shower. Water, shampoo, soap, then towel yourself dry and blast your armpits with antiperspirant. And then, well, then it'll be time for your glad rags, and then, well, out into the wonderful world. Have fun, people. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday. Have fun, and have a good time. See you on Monday. See you later. www.mediaclick.hu. Bye.